What's happening? Eric Wong here from Precision Movement Coach, and today I have what might very well be the best balance exercise ever. Okay, so when I came up with this exercise, started integrating it, and it's not so much an exercise but a drill with different components, my balance improved drastically. So in the past, when I'd show athletes or when I do videos showing single leg exercises, I would always use my left leg because I had good balance on my left leg. When I'd stand on my right leg, what would happen is the hip would shift over, and this hip shift is just my body compensating for the lack of balance. Okay, it just brings the midline of my torso right over top of my foot. Okay, whereas on the left foot, I don't have this hip shift because the muscles are active and firing to keep me in place. Okay, so a few months ago, I kind of figured out what was going on, and this exercise is good if you've got a balance issue, specifically if when you stand on one foot, your hip tends to shift over that way. Okay, it could be both feet. You could have poor balance on both legs too. But if your hip shifts outside like that and you have bad balance on this leg, on one leg or both legs, this exercise will really help. And it'll also help if you've got flat foot, or not even flat feet, but what I call dumb feet, because you can have flat feet, but they still work properly, they're active, and you just have a really hypertrophied muscles in the arch down here. Or you can have dumb feet. You could have feet that don't look flat, you've got the arch, but they just don't function properly. Okay. If you have plantar fasciitis, this can really help. So it helps with a whole host of issues. And the exercise, I call it the midline muscle activation drill. So the reason why I call it the midline muscle activation drill is because it trains the midline muscles of the hip, foot, and ankle, okay, and the shin and the lower leg as well. So this drill activates the adductors. It activates the abductors as well in terms of co-contraction, but it kind of targets the adductors. And it also works the tibialis posterior and all the muscles that make up the arch in the bottom of the foot. Okay, so there's lots going on. You don't need to know what every little muscle has worked. You just got to know how to do this properly and what you're looking for. So let's do this. So you need a strength band, something you can step into that provides some resistance. And what you want to do is you want to step inside, loop it just above your knee, just above your patella here. I taught my 2.5-year-old daughter the patella. She knows that now. So proud. Okay, and then you want to step out, just start with a little bit of resistance. Okay, you don't want too much. You're just going to throw the whole thing off. You also want to, I'm barefoot for a reason. You want to do this drill barefoot, and you want to just try and spread your toes a little bit. So often the big toe is angled in. You just want to step with the big toe and then spread them out a little bit, so you've got some toe spread there going on. You can see between all your toes, okay? Now, step one is just stand on the one foot, and what you'll feel is the band is pulling my leg this way, so what muscles have to fire up reflexively to keep me in balance? These muscles, because they pull the leg that way. It's a combination of hip co-contraction of the abductors and adductors, and the foot and ankle muscles that keep the ball of the foot planted on the ground. So you want to have that pressure in through the big toe and through the ball of the foot. So you want to be inverting there a little bit, okay? So you're just holding, hanging out, holding straight leg, straight knee, standing tall, and just hold balance for anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute before taking a little breather, okay? Very low load, and what we're just doing is just training those muscles to fire and to bring the hip back in alignment and to work properly to keep us in single leg balance, okay? So then you take a little breather. So you're 30 seconds to a minute, take a little breather. You can do the other side, or you can just chill if you just got one leg that's not working properly, okay? So this is really critical to start with. You don't want to start with any of the other techniques. Start with just the single leg balance. Make sure you've got the toe spread, and make sure that you're standing up tall, because we want to work this alignment, and you're pressing the ball of the foot and the big toe down into the ground. Not maximally, just make sure it's glued there and you've got pressure through there, okay? After that, what you can get to, and your level of progression will vary, so just try stuff out, and if you find it's too difficult, then just back off, and this stuff will work very quickly because it's activation. It's not necessarily building lots of strength, okay? So same thing, step in. And what you want to do now if you've got decent balance, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step back just into a lunge or a split squat position, and then same thing, we're gonna do the split squat, keeping good posture and driving the ball of the foot and the big toe into the ground, okay? Just a split squat, okay? So now the knee's gonna wanna shoot out that way because of the resistance the band is pulling you laterally. You wanna keep that alignment with the femur, the tibia, fibula, the shin, and the foot. You wanna keep all that stuff in alignment right there, okay? So just go nice and slow, 10 reps, maintaining this alignment, just like so, okay? Breathing, you gotta breathe, you gotta relax for neuromuscular reprogramming to occur. If you're all tense, you're holding your breath, no reprogramming is gonna happen, okay? So you do that, 10 reps. Cool, okay, we've got the split squat pattern. Now, you can step that up a little bit by doing a reverse lunge on that leg. So now we've got a little more single leg balance, okay, because we've got the one leg, we're balancing on the one leg. So it's more dynamic. We're working these functional, fundamental movement patterns that make up the movements we do in everyday life, okay? So reverse lunges, 10 reps. If that's cool, you know, it'll start off, be difficult. Once you get that, okay, we go to another fundamental pattern, the hinge pattern. So get yourself balanced, nice and tall. I like to keep your knee straight for this one to start off with. Then you can work with slightly bent knee and just do all sorts of crazy stuff. But to start, keep your knee straight. So we're kind of isolating the foot and ankle and the hip. The knee is out of it, okay? So knee is straight and then hinging. And you'll feel where you tend to lose the balance, okay? And see I'm being pulled out right there. Bring it back. And once you get good, you'll be able to keep that ball of the foot and big toe attached to the ground. You'll be able to keep the pressure through those areas for the whole movement, down and up, okay? Breathing, good alignment, good posture. Okay, and I can feel my foot, the arch is firing up, is getting fatigued. So I'm gonna take a little break there. So work at 10 repetitions, and this is just the start. But the principles are the same for every different movement, every different drill. You could do touching the foot outside and across, whatever it is you wanna do, you can do it. Just keep good alignment, make sure you're breathing during, and ensure that the ball of the foot and the big toe, you've got pressure through there. You're connected to the ground through those areas, okay? So that exercise, that's gonna really help you out. If your hip shifts out and you lose that balance, the thing is, you don't have good balance in this position when your hip shifts out because you're sitting on passive tissues here, kind of like the IT band. You're just sitting on that for your balance, okay? You don't have that muscular activation. And that's cool, but once you go to move, you don't have any control in that range, so you fall over, you wobble, you lose it, okay? Whereas if you're pulled in, you're connected, you're being balanced and controlled in that position through muscular activation, so you can adjust in and out and keep control. Whereas here, you're passive, and then you get thrown off a little bit, and then you do one of those, okay? So do that up. That's gonna really, really help you out if you've got any balance issues. If you've got some grandma, grandpa, older people that you care about, share that, or even better, take them through it, because falls in the elderly, it could be disastrous, okay? So share that with people you love, okay? Now, if you've got tight hips, then tightness is often a symptom of muscles that don't fire properly, because your body just tightens things up so that you don't injure joints. If your muscles are weak, then you get to end range of motion, you don't have control there, then the passive tissues like ligaments, meniscus, bursa, those types of tissues can get damaged, and your body doesn't want that. It takes a long time to heal those things when they get hurt. So if you've got tight muscles, tight hips specifically, then check out the website hipflexibilitysolution.com. I'll shoot a link down in the description and at the end of this video, because this program is gonna fire up all of the different hip muscles, all different positions. It's gonna help you to clear out impingement, capsule issues, all sorts of stuff so that you can improve not just your flexibility, but your mobility as well. Okay, so make sure you check that out. If you've got tight hips, you gotta check out that program. It's helped thousands of people already. Okay, so again, my name is Eric Wong from precisionmovement.coach. Hope this video, this technique helped you out, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.